It's a revival of the past.
What happened in your past is what makes you a person in the future.
Oh, if you don't know where you've come from, it's hard to know where you're going.
I thought it was wonderful to see all those people in costumes and the oxen from Black Creek Pioneer Village and people making sausage and making sauerkraut and making soap, and I just thought this was wonderful.
My favorite memory is every year because I get the apple fritters there.
Everybody talks about the apple fritters. Can't get away from it.
To be honest, I like the apple fritters. Apple fritters always have been a favorite of almost everybody who comes to Pioneer Day.
The Jordan Station United Church with their apple fritters. That was a classic.
My husband and I are also members of the Jordan Station United Church. We always did the apple fritters.
They used to have oxen go up and down one time.
They had a team of oxen that were brought down from Black Creek Pioneer Village.
We used to have a team of oxen come and pull around a oxen cart. The oxen eventually died, and the gentleman who brought them, he was no longer capable of starting another team to start. But they wandered all over the place. The kids would pet them and actually get on their backs with them.
I had a saw display one year, and I all roped off, and I was showing the people how it worked. I turned my back. This one guy jumped over the rope and started operating it, and he kind of bent my saw, and I said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be in here." And he went back out, and I turned to talk to somebody else. He was back in there again.
Oh, I think it's really important to know where we came from and some of the ways the people, how they survived.
Well, I think it's important because I think young people need to know how ambitious and innovative and inventive our ancestors were, and how hard they worked. And I think it's a good idea for them to know that and maybe build on it in their own lives.
Well, Pioneer Day is important because it gives a chance to show our children or grandchildren what went on when the pioneers first came up into this area.
This was an area that was just big trees when the people came first. The first people didn't come to villages. Well, I think for one thing that it gets the people in the area together. Pioneer Day, it's fun. And people are seeing historical things. They're seeing what people used to do in order to survive.
I think people, they enjoy going to the past. I mean, we're all looking forward with all the technology, but it's kind of nice to look back on what was here 100 years, 150 years ago.
Pioneer Day is so important because it brings the old with the new.
Not to know what happened before you were born is to remain always but a child, because what is the importance of being human than to know of the trials and tribulations and hardships and successes of those who came before you.
Even the senior folks at my age, in my 80s, we're still learning things.
And these wonderful old buildings and old events, they're great for old people to reminisce, but it's great for young people to actually understand where things actually happen. It's just so important. History is important.